Machen wir auch hier weiter. Der nächste Beitrag, der jetzt kommt, Omni-Channel Customer Service Management. Und ich habe einen Gast hier, das ist Stéphane Lee von DIMELO. Und der nächste Beitrag wird in Englisch gehalten. Also der nächste Beitrag, Stéphane Lee. Welcome to the Digital Experience Arena.
Thank you, Thorsten.
And now I'm very
going to talk to you about Omni-Channel customer service in digital times. So my name is Stéphane Lee. I'm the CEO of a French company called DIMELO. We are in digital customer care. It's always impressive to speak in front of a German audience, being a French speaking English, right? So it's a bit complicated. I hope that you will understand my English. You know, this is the French way to speak English. Yeah? So omni-channel customer service. Omni-channel always been something that the companies try to reach. You know? The fact that you can have a conversation, interaction with customers that is very fluid, that whatever the channel he contacts you on, you can respond quickly to his needs, okay? And you know exactly what is the context he is in, and be very responsive in the response. So I think what changes now is that we are now in the digital area with a lot of digital touchpoints coming in, and this makes omni-channel even more difficult to reach. Okay, so let's speak about that. So first, a quick definition. Omni-channel. This is one definition. It could be others, but the fact that omni-channel should deliver a personalized experience to the customer and a consistent experience across all the channels. So if you contact a company on Twitter, on the phone, or on a live chat, or in a shop, you should have the same kind of experience, the same kind of answer, the same response time, etc. So it should be consistent. I think it's a very strong word when you speak about omni-channel. The goal is not to wow the customer on Twitter and be very deceiving on telephony, for example, but you have to be consistent across channels. An example of the benefits to be omni-channel. This is a study from Aberdeen Group 2-3 years ago. They studied a number of companies, and basically they found that the company that had some good omni-channel program working are more performs better than the other. So, for example, on customer retention, the best companies have a 6.5% growth on customer retention. Average profit is the same, 6.1% growth, and customer lifetime value, maybe the most important, is also improving for customers that really are practicing omni-channel and that have an omni-channel strategy. So it's very important to try to reach this omni-channel goal. So I tried to put here, sorry for the design, not very beautiful. I tried to put here the requirements for doing multi-channel. So here, if you have a customer contact you on different channels, what you need to be multi-channel, omni-channel, sorry, you need to have identified the same customer across all channels. Okay, you need to know who is contacting you, because if you want to have the context, you need to know who it is. If I contact you on Twitter, I have a Twitter name, a Twitter ID. You don't necessarily know who I am. And in that case, you won't be able to access to my profile, a customer profile, and you won't be able to deliver a kind of omni-channel experience to me because you don't know who I am. So the first thing is to have the same identity. I am Stéphane Lee. You can find me on Twitter, on Pinterest, on Facebook, on live chat, on whatever, but you know who I am, so you can have the same customer profile across the different channels. You have to, once you have the same identity, you can share customer data, okay? You can have the same information about a customer, whatever the channel it comes in. Okay, so that's absolutely crucial to have those two. And the last thing is to share the knowledge between the agents. So if there is a customer service representative that gives an answer to the customer on Twitter, it should be the same then on telephony, it should be the same that in the shop. Okay, so to deliver this omni-channel experience, you need those three building blocks. So what are the challenges and the new challenges of omni-channel regarding digital touchpoints? There is a proliferation of touchpoints on channels. We'll see that in a few seconds. Because on digital, it's so easy to create a new touchpoint. You know, the marketing people will create a new Pinterest board or a new Tumblr blog or whatever. It's so easy to create a new touchpoint. And then, if there is a touchpoint, then customer will contact you on that touchpoint. Okay? Because, well, they go to the most easy way to contact your company. So, meaning there is a lot of touch points, so new channels, a lot of new channels, and if you are looking for omni-channel, well, you have to take care of all these new channels as well, okay? You have to take care of all those channels. And the problem is also that on the technology side, there are a lot of silos, yeah? So what I was talking about, the three building blocks, is very complicated in fact, because most of the time, the customer service people, agent, don't have the same access to databases. Okay, they have different tools. So one tool for email, one tool for telephony, one tool for live chat, another tool for social networks. And then how can you do omni-channel if every database is different? If you don't share the same information across the different tools, it's not possible. Same for knowledge. Sometimes the knowledge base is not shared across channels, so the people that are responding on social networks, on social media, don't have the same information that the people answering on telephony. So again, the omni-channel experience will not be there. And the last thing that is also caused to silos is that if there is not a single view of the identity or the profile of the customer, it's not possible as well. So every tool has its own mechanism to authentify people. So if I am using, again, Facebook, there will be a Facebook login. If I'm using live chat, maybe the people won't be authentified at all, or it will be difficult. Maybe they will be anonymous. On email, it will be, you will know their email. On mobile, you will know the mobile number. But yeah, do you have a consistent view on the customer profile? It's a challenge as well. So coming back to the first point, yeah, the problem with digital is that there is so many new touch points that are created every day. So people can contact you on any channel, okay? If you give them the ability to write a text somewhere, you know, in a field on the web, they will use it, yeah? Maybe they will just comment your YouTube video and say, oh, I have a problem with you, I didn't receive my box, or my invoice is not good. Well, maybe YouTube channel is not exactly for this, but they will use it, okay? So every time the marketing people open a new channel, people will use it, okay? So there is really this multiplication of touch points. If you look at large companies, you know, on social media, most of the time there are about 100 accounts, okay? They have a lot of different Twitter accounts, they have a lot of different Facebook pages, and how do you manage this to create, again, an omni-channel experience? Very difficult. So customer service, most of the time, is not equipped to manage all those new digital touchpoints. So it's creating inside the companies the problems, frustration, because marketers want to use as many touchpoints as possible. If, of course, Facebook Messenger is very popular, I need to be there. WhatsApp is very popular. I think in Germany, you need to be there, but the customer service is not equipped to respond. Yeah. So how can you provide an omnichannel experience if there's new channels coming every day. The channel trends also is evolving a lot. You can see on this graph, let me explain a bit. Here you have the people age 75 and more, younger people on the right, and this is how they use every day communication means for the personal or professional, in the context of the family, friends, and also in the context of their company, what channel they are using. So this is a source from Ofcom, which is the UK authority for communications. And basically, you can see that email is dropping in use for younger generation. You can see that younger generation don't really like to call, to do phone calls. And what is growing are social networks and instant messaging. So messaging that you use on mobile. Okay. Example here can be messages, SMS, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, etc. So this is growing very, very fast. And if you look at the future, you have a glimpse of the future here, because every year that's coming by, you go to the right. Okay, so that is moving very fast. Companies are late in handling this. 75% of companies put their budget in telephony. I'm not sure this is the best way to use their budget, okay? Because people want to use other channels and companies don't provide them. So if you want to do omni-channel, you have to take care of being there with the channels evolving, okay? If you think that omni-channel is just having the same information for telephony and for email, you may be a bit late, yeah? It's not only telephony and email. So if you are in the contact center, how will you organize to manage all those channels, okay? So I think what we see at DIMELO with all the customers that we work with is the fact that you can classify a bit those new channels depending on the skills, on the characteristics of the channels. So two classification here. So there are the hot channels that are synchronous channels where you need to respond on the spot. You know, if someone calls you, the agent responds, well, you are in the conversation. You can't say, okay, let's wait a few minutes and I'll go take a break and take you back in 15 minutes. Yeah, it's synchronous. You have to respond right now. So it's true for voice. It's true also for live chat. Okay, if you have live chat on your website, people are on your web page. They are asking you questions, maybe pre-sales questions to know better your products or services. You can't say, okay, I'll manage that later, because later it will go to another website and it will be lost for you. So this is hot and synchronous channels. On the other side, there is the colder channels. I said colder because they are quite hot as well and becoming more and more hot. We call them fast asynchronous channels. So what was, for example, email was maybe a cold channels. Now it's more hot because everybody is used to have a very short answer time from their friends and families on SMS, on text, on WhatsApp. So if companies are much more slower to respond, people don't understand anymore. Okay, so the response time is going down for all those channels, but they are asynchronous. Huh? You can respond a bit later. Yeah, you can receive an email and respond in 2 hours. People will feel that okay. On Twitter, on Facebook, of course, it will be less than that. So there is this classification, and the other classification is voice. Okay, voice, you need to talk. You don't necessarily need for an agent to be very skilled to have written skills. Short text messages, long text messages. It's very different to respond on Twitter onto a live chat than to respond to an email, where you can, the email will be longer. You will have a longer way to respond. So you can organize in different ways. We see customers that organize, have teams that manage for certain hours of the day the hot channels, and then certain hours of the day the cold channels. Okay, so this is a way to do it. Another way to do it, where it is growing, and I think this is the best trend that we see is that there is a team for voice and a team for text channels. And it makes a lot of sense because text channels are quite, have similar way to be handled, and voice is quite different. So very fast, the voice channel, text channels, what tools should you use for having this omni-channel experience? Well, basically, you can use the traditional legacy vendors from the voice, like Avaya or Genesis. But I think that you can see with this digital proliferation of channel that maybe it would be better to use companies that work in this digital environment, like DIMELO, of course. So in that digital environment, what you need is to be agile. You need partners that will be agile, that will provide new ways. For example, Facebook Messenger has a new way to do things. WhatsApp will have APIs, there will be WeChat, etc. So you have to be someone that is agile. It should be, of course, a software service company. If you buy a software, install it on your server, you won't have the same regularity of updates if there's a new channel or a new API coming in. Yeah? You will have to wait years before your company can handle this. If you are on the cloud software, the cloud software will update himself very fast. Okay, so you need to have a SaaS and a company that is future-proof. Again, I'm not sure that Avaya and Cisco are the best examples. So how do you do omni-channel with all this? There could be the voice channels, again, that is quite different, and there could be the text channels, all the channels from the digital world. And then how you reconcile all this? You reconcile this into your CRM system. So basically, all the information, user interaction history from the voice and from text channels will be aggregated in the CRM system. Then you can do omni-channel customer care, which means if a customer contacted you on Twitter, you would have the information on your CRM system, and the people that are in the shop will look at the CRM and say, okay, oh, Mr. Lee, you contacted us on Twitter for this. It looks like maybe you had a problem on this. Let me check. Okay, so very easy. Yeah? You just have to have the same information system, and the CRM is, of course, the best solution to do this. An example of this. So these are DIMELO screenshots. So for example, if I have a guy here, you can have different identities. So I can know who it is on email, who it is on Twitter, who it is on Facebook. I can have a single view of all these identities here. I can know all the interaction history on all digital channels. Okay, if you contacted us on Facebook Messenger or live chat or email, I will have all the interaction history here. I can have also a direct access for the agent to the CRM system. So I have a full view of the customer. Integrate into the CRM system, so the CRM will have all the interaction history, will get the Twitter ID, the Facebook ID, will get all this information from DIMELO, for example. Going very fast. Going to the last point about knowledge. Knowledge should be shared. So the best way to share knowledge is to have a web-based knowledge base that you share with your customers. So you can have support communities or FAQ that you put there, and all this information will be available to your customers so they can do self-service. They have a question, they go to the community site, they will have an answer. If they contact you on traditional one-to-one channels like email, they will ask a question to the agent. The agent will just say, hey, you can find the answer on the community site. So you basically train them to go to the self-service community site. Of course, self-service community site is much cheaper, less expensive than having this contact. Okay, it's avoid calls to the call center. So if a contact is €5, each time the customer finds the answer in the public knowledge base, you spare €5. Very simple. Telcos are, sparing millions of euros every year with community sites. So you can see an example here of sharing the same knowledge base coming from a community site or FAQ across all the different channels. In DIMELO, for example, we synchronize what we call the knowledge base for the agent with the knowledge base for the all the audience, all the customers on the website, so that it is consistent. Yeah, you find the same answer on the community side on the fact that what the agent will respond. The agent will respond basically saying, "Hey, did you look to this FAQ entry?" Yeah, you will find the answer there. So, quickly wrap up. Always took a more time. So, Omnichannel is a crucial capability for improving customer experience. I think most of CEOs understand that customer experience is retention, is customer lifetime value, is the P&L of the company. I'm a CEO, I know what I'm speak of. So, in order to make it work, you need a few things. It's not so complicated. Tools are there. You can come to DIMELO to see that. You have to merge customer identities, know who is your customer across your channels. You have to identify customers on live chat. You have to identify customer on Twitter, on Facebook, etc. to know who it is and to be able to share information about him. Choose the right tool. Adapt your contact center organization. You have to decide what kind of skills, what kind of agent will manage what kind of channel, train agents, and create a single knowledge base. Yeah? So sorry, I was a bit ambitious on the number of styles. So DIMELO is basically aggregating all digital interaction channel and making it as easy to manage as if it was one phone number. Yeah? We aggregate all digital channels in a single tool. Can be social, chat, mobile, mail, communities, unified workflows, unified interface, unified analytics, and one link to the CRM system. And you are ready for Omni-Channel. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Stéphane Lee from DIMELO.